All right, thanks everyone for joining us. This is the 250 side of the post-race press conference for the Budds Creek National. We are currently joined by today's winner, Jeremy Martin, who went, I believe, 3-1, for today's win. Jeremy now has 3 wins on the year, the winningest rider in the 250 class so far this season. Jeremy, talk about your day. A solid first moto, but kind of a quiet third place. I think everybody's kind of looking at what's going on at the front. You got by into the top 3 pretty quickly there and just kind of settled in. So, and then went on the attack because you got the whole shot in Moto 2 and went to work and put the gap out and was able to maintain that. So maybe one of your best rides of the year, all in all there in that second moto, and just the way you're able to control it from start to finish. So how do you feel about today? And championship maybe, is not really in the reach, but you're making it interesting. So how does it feel to be kind of the middleman in this battle for the title between your teammate and Jett right
now? Man, I don't know if I really like, being the middleman, but it is racing, and it is a part of the sport. I did obviously I missed three complete motos this year. I was coming into Budds Creek today. I was a little bit, I didn't know how it was going to go. And I don't know if I've ever won a moto there, and I've never really jived there pretty well. So to be able to go 3-1 in that first moto, those guys were going good, and Jett just straight up got me around the outside, and I had nothing for him. And that was Moto 1. And then Moto 2, we made some bike adjustments, and I was really a lot more comfortable. And I felt like it definitely showed in that second moto. I got a great start, and then was able to lead it from start to finish and get the overall and get the third one on the season.
Awesome. We'll open it up to the media. Dark Side, we'll start with you.
Hey, Mart, you just talked about making some setting changes in between motos, and last week your teammate Justin Cooper said he should have made some changes that he didn't. And of course, our boy Mathis always says too much emphasis on settings. What settings do you make that make that much difference? Like, is it just a click here and there, or is it something more significant?
To be honest, guys, like between Moto 1 and Moto 2, it was just a little change to the shock, and then one adjustment to the fork on the bottom of the fork, and that's all it was. Like from the first practice, I felt not bad, but I was kind of like trying to find the setting all day, and I rode into finding the setup for the day, and that was the second moto. So honestly, when you're at this level, Jett and Jay Coop and all the guys are going really fast. So obviously you guys saw Moto 1, and then Moto 2, I was more comfortable, and, settings aren't everything, but I think it does obviously help. And my second moto proves that.
Cool. Nick, over to you.
Thank you. Yeah, let's keep this with Jeremy. Jeremy, since the announcement that you'll be returning to Star Racing Yamaha for 2022, does that take a bit off your chest that you don't really feel like you've got to go out there and prove everything, put everything on the line to prove that you're going to be worth a ride for next year? Or do you feel a little bit better?
Man, I don't know. To be honest, I'm stoked to have a deal for next year. I didn't know. And then I'm happy about that. So I get to go do what I love for next year and go racing. So that's good. But obviously I do get quite a bit of flack for being in the 250 class as long as I've been in there. So the flack's not really fun to listen or to hear, but I get to do what I love. And the Yamaha is an amazing motorcycle, and I enjoy riding it. And I get to race some really good guys again, Jett and Cooper next year. And I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Any question?
Anthony, over to you.
Thanks, Brandon. Anthony Sansoda here, MotoOnline.com. Jeremy, you mentioned that you just felt like you had unlocked another level there in that second moto, and you were on rails. What's it take for you to get there, and what's that feeling that you search for? You can almost see it in you when you ride, that you're feeling it. The corners look different, everything looks different. What's that feeling?
Oh man, it's probably one of the best feelings that I've ever felt, to be honest. Like, I always feel that during the week. You hit your lines, you know, you prep the track. I always feel it during the week. So when you don't feel it on race day, or you haven't found that feeling yet, I get pretty frustrated sometimes, but things lined up. And I tell you what, it's just cool. You kind of feel like you can go anywhere on the track, and you can really haul ass and carry some speed in them turns.
And is that something like today? Is that something where it's a bike thing for you, or was it just the lines, everything just gels all together as one?
I think it was a combination of both. You know, like, I learned some good lines off Jett when he went around me. You know, I wasn't ever close enough to Jay Coop in the first moto. So I learned some lines off Jett, and then obviously we just found that we kind of got in the ballpark as far as what I was looking for, and then it was just game on.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeremy.
Andrew, go ahead.
Hey, thank you, Brendan. Hey, Jeremy, you in response to a question from Darkside, you had a response that seemed very specific about a setting or a change to a fork. That seems incredibly specific, and I'm just curious, at your level, is that just unique to you at a certain elite level that you're able to notice or recognize that there's something missing or needed, or it just seems I hope that doesn't, it just seems incredibly specific, that detail, and I'm just curious if you could elaborate a little bit how attuned you are to the bike, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty in tune. I think I'm probably one of the more picky guys out there on the track. I can tell like a difference between, you know, a click softer on high speed compression or low speed, or just rebound adjustment, everything like that. I've done so many laps. I used to not be a good tester, and I kind of didn't really know what was out there. And then just through the years of trial and error, hitting the ground. And then obviously I learned a lot when I went to Honda too, learning how to set up a different motorcycle, and different manufacturers they need different things to make the bike, to bring out the best of each bike. And with coming back to the Yamaha, I obviously kind of knew that window from before. And then, man, I think with me being a smaller guy, and I don't have much leverage on the motorcycle, I think I noticed more than maybe somebody like Jett, who's really a tall guy that can get the leverage over the back, but then still keep his head over the front. So I'm pretty finicky and sensitive to what I want on the motorcycle.
Well, it's working for you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
What is it? Just your ID, mate. His mum posted under Jett Lawrence, so.
We're joined by Jett Lawrence here. Jett, just get you jumped in here. You guys had a solid day. Jett, you just missed out on the another overall, go back to back by a point there behind Jeremy. Talk about your day. You didn't seem like you're overly satisfied with your overall effort today, even though you gained a point on Justin there in the championship. But talk about your day, how you're feeling, and looking ahead to those final 3 rounds. You and Justin just separated by 3 points.
Yeah, I think I was just mainly disappointed that I could have gained more points, but just J-Mart was feeling really good in that second moto, and I didn't really have much form. I think I was just, and I feel like all races are going to be disappointed if they miss an overall win by 1 point. So yeah, but no, it was not a bad day. I felt pretty good on the bike. It's the track was pretty gnarly, and it was crazy how good the track came out, even though how much rain they had this week so the track boys being on it. But it was not a too bad day. For not feeling the greatest on the track, it was not too bad. Yeah.
All right, we'll open back up to the media. Mitch Kendra, go ahead.
Hey, Mitch Kendra from Racer X. We'll go to Jeremy. Obviously, the end goal was a championship, and then, like you said, that 450 ride you want. In the meantime, you're still able to win, and you can show you've proven that now. You're climbing up the all-time ranks of the 250 overall wins. Is that something that you pay attention to and you continue to realize, or is people just telling you about it? Can you talk a little bit about that and what's that like?
I guess because people have been talking a little bit more about me kind of climbing up in the 250 ranks. I guess I notice it more now, but I don't know. I kind of feel like mixed emotions on that. Like, I know I've been in the class for a long time. And then with every year that goes on, obviously I'm going higher in the rankings, which is cool. But those guys before me, I feel like they definitely crushed it and they were not in the class as long. So I'm kind of like my hardest critic on myself. So it's a cool feeling. I'm not going to lie, but it's kind of like bittersweet.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Let's move on to Alex Gober.
Thanks, Brandon. Yeah, Alex Gober, MotoOnline.com. This one's for Jett. Obviously heard a lot of sort of speculation about MXoN and Team Australia. Can you confirm where you're at with that? And are you guys definitely, or are you definitely out? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm definitely out. It sucks because I obviously really want to go. Both of Hunter, I can speak for Hunter and I. We both really want to go and represent our country, but just the people a lot higher than us with visas and that stuff just wasn't really allowing us and stuff like that. So it's mainly just the people higher up in the in this world that's just kind of not letting us do this right now. So yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Well done today.
Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Let's keep this with Jett. Jett, on the podium this afternoon, you alluded to, you know, having a bit of a rough week. Can you just explain that a little bit? Are you a bit sick or just a bit of a rough week on the track, or?
It was just a rough week. That's all I can really say. It just wasn't the best week. I didn't get to ride much. So yeah, it didn't really give me the best opportunity for this weekend. But hey, we dealt with it and gave it our all on the weekend. So yeah.
Absolutely. Congratulations, mate. Cheers.
Thanks.
Anthony, go ahead.
Thanks, Brent. I'll stay with Jett with this one. Jett, that first moto, you flipped a switch a few laps in and you just kind of went toward the front. Was that a product of settling in and finding lines, or was it more so the urgency of, okay, I gotta make this thing happen?
I think it's kind of a bit of both. Like those first few laps, it's hard to find a flow when you're getting roosted for most of the lap. And yeah, I think I just found once it kind of cleared up a bit, I just found some open room and it started to get my flow again. So yeah.
All right, we'll move on to actually Hunter Lawrence. Hunter has joined us. Hunter finished 4th today. Hunter, talk about your day. I overheard you talking to the media saying you weren't overly satisfied with your day either. You know, you ended there on a strong note. You just missed out on the box there. Talk about your day and, you know, kind of what you're looking to do to close out the season with only 3 rounds to go.
Oh, here we go. Say that again. Was that for me?
Yeah, sorry. I could tell you're in an elevator.
Yeah.
Finished just
say
off the
that
box.
again, please.
Yeah, you just finished off the box today. I overheard you saying that you really weren't overly happy with your performance, even though you were kind of in the mix, but maybe not right where you wanted to be. So just talk about your day and, you know, what you think it's going to take to kind of take that next step over these final 3 rounds to be up there with your brother and Justin and Jeremy and the rest of the guys at the front of the field.
Yeah, for sure. It wasn't the best day. First moto really got away from us. Just, you know, a few things out of my control, but starts are definitely going to be one thing that's key on giving myself a better chance to be up there with them guys from the start. You know, that was first moto, not the best start. Just, you know, a few things go on that don't normally happen when you're up the front, you know. So that was, yeah, just the starts, dude. I feel like I had a bit of bad luck at Unadilla, and then the first moto again, just kind of things with the bike out of my control. So it's a sport. It's a bit of a bummer how things go down sometimes, but yeah, it is what it is. Just enjoying it, fit and healthy still. So that's a huge positive in itself compared to where I was 12 months ago or 11 months ago.
Awesome. Back to the media. Let's go dark side.
Stick with Hunter. Man, I don't know if I missed, I guess I must have missed it on TV. What happened in that first moto? We saw the fork guard hanging off. What was that from?
Yeah, actually the fork guard, I don't really know. I noticed it a little later on that it was hanging off, which was kind of weird because I don't think I came in contact with anyone, or maybe just a rut pulled it off, but my clutch adjuster broke. So I had no clutch from like 8 laps to go, and then like 7 laps to go, ran out of tear off. So was trying to do the old wipe with my thumb, and that just, generally makes it worse because your gloves are all sweaty and stuff. So it's kind of like trying to do the right hand and stuff. So it was tough because I was feeling good. I was moving forward, obviously after a bad start, but I kind of was making passes, and then I got behind Jalik and all that went on, and I'm just like trying to pass him, but it was tough.
Cool. Thank you, man.
Thanks.
Over to Nick. Go ahead.
Yep. So let's go back to Jeremy Martin. Jeremy, like you were stating earlier in the conference here, you missed various motos earlier in the year. Hypothetically, hey, if you didn't miss those motos, where do you see yourself in this title fight?
I don't know, man. It's I feel like I'd obviously be closer. But it's tough to say. I mean, if you were perfect on those 3 motos, obviously that's 75 points for grabs. To say that I would have been perfect against Jett and Coop would have been tough. So I don't know. I'd definitely be closer. I think I'd be in the fight, but you always wonder.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Andrew, go ahead.
Hey, thank you, Brendan. Hey, Jett, as the 3 races, final races approach, do you change your approach? It's super tight, as you know, the championship. Are there things you can work? Are you going to work on specifically, or is it now more just sort of calming your keeping yourself in a good mindset for the next 3 and final races?
I don't really think much really changes, to be honest. I think we still go into the weekend like every other race. You go into the weekend, obviously, either come out with a 1-1 or at least gaining points. So I don't think really it changes much. We go in feeling confident and going there to make sure we do our job right. And I don't think that really changes. And we a game plan. Go there, give it 100. If we get away with a win, it's awesome. If we get a podium, that's also good. I don't think it really changes much, and I'm pretty sure everyone else can say that we don't go there just to kind of try and put out a plan, because motocross, you can never plan anything really. There's always crazy stuff going on. There's plans change pretty quickly during motos. So yeah.
Great, thank you.
Mitch, go ahead.
Hey, Mitch from RacerX again. We'll stay with Jett here real quick. I'm not saying that you're going to have your older brother fight your fights for you, but with this championship battle being as close as it is there almost a little bit of comfort? Like, if you need Hunter to step in when he can, like, does that have a little bit of confidence of like, he'll have your back if you need him to?
It's nice. It is nice, but I'm not going to go try and tell my brother to go do something to help me in the championship. He's obviously trying to hold on to 3rd place with having a battle with J-Mart. So he's got his stuff to worry about, and I got to make sure I execute my stuff really. So, who knows? We might help each other out a bit here and there, but I don't think really anything major. We mainly focus on ourselves when we're on the track.
Cool, thanks.
Let's move over to Anthony.
Thanks, Brandon. Anthony Sansoda here again, MotoOnline.com. We'll go to Jeremy Martin. Jeremy, have you spent any time in Florida yet with the team at the goat farm, and do you intend to train there at all next year?
Yeah, absolutely. I intend to train there next year. But as of right now, like since basically like April 14th, I've been back in Minnesota training at Millville every day. And I have probably like, I don't know, 5 to 6 tracks within, 15, 20 minutes of my parents' house there at Millville. And we got sand. We've got obviously the national track Millville. We've got a bunch of stuff. So I love it up there in the summer. We have our hot days and we have our cool days, it's not Florida where it's a swamp and crazy hot. But I think that's also an advantage in some ways too.
Cool. Thanks, Jeremy.
Let's go to Alex Gobert.
Yeah, thanks. This one's for Hunter Lawrence. We had Jett give his take earlier just about not representing Australia at the MXoN. Are we able to just get your take on that quickly?
Yeah, sure. I guess that cat's out of the bag now then, since you're kind of bringing that up. So yeah, we weren't sure on when we could actually talk about that, but yeah, it sucks. I mean, if it were completely up to Jett and myself, we'd want to race it and we'd be there, you know, but this, unfortunately, with everything kind of going on right now and stuff, it's not really up to us to decide, unfortunately. So it's a bummer. I mean, it's one of the coolest events all year, you know. It's awesome you get to represent your country. And yeah, even though, you know, the guys in the GPs are tired, you know, they're, you know, nearly finished their long season or normally have finished their season, you know, same with the guys here, you know, everyone's kind of looking forward to getting the last round done and have a bit of time off and whatnot. But even when they're at the nations, they're like, yeah, this is sick, you know, and we're glad we came. So it's a bummer to miss it. You know, me and Jett were going to be on the team for the first time together. So it was, we were looking at a really good team, but yeah, it sucks. So hopefully next year it can be a little more normal and yeah, we can be there.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Definitely. Hopefully next year.
Yeah, for sure, mate. For sure.
All right, we will wrap it up with Dark Side.
All right, a little fun hypothetical, Hunter. Mitch asked your brother about this sort of, but final race, final moto of the year. You pass your brother, you get the overall. You don't pass your brother, he gets the championship.
Yeah, I'll be real with you. If it's in a place, yeah, I'm obviously gonna it's team orders probably would come into play a little bit there, but at the same time, I mean, championship bonus could do a lot for my family. You know, no one else has ever really been in a position like that. And, you know, obviously if I can't win the championship, there's only one other guy I want to win the championship. And I think Jeremy would say the same if Alex were in, you know, that position. So yeah, maybe it's not the best answer to have, but I mean, it's the honest truth, you know? So, I mean, it's anyone that knows the dollar figure for a title, can do a lot for my family. So yeah, 100%. I think I'd think of.
Great answer, man. I appreciate the honesty, and yeah, your family's been through a lot, man. So it's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, everyone. That concludes our 250 press conference for this evening for Budds Creek. Thank you to all 250 riders, and congratulations to each one of you on a great day. And we will see you all in a week at Ironman.
Thanks, Brandon.